What's up, all my UFC fans? We have UFC St. Louis this week. 3 things are going to happen in this video. 1, I'm going to give you some breakdowns. 2, I'm going to give you my predictions. And 3, I'm going to mispronounce a lot of names, but that's a given. Yes, the lights in the back are green. I ran out of light bulbs and all I had left was green light bulbs, okay? Starting, we're going to have 2 prelim fights on here. We're going to do the whole main card with Charles Johnson and Jake Hadley. Charles Johnson, 14-6-0, 6 wins by knockout, 3 wins by submission, 3 first-round finishes, 145 underdog. His pros, I think he's a very, very resilient fighter in high-pressure situations. He'll go in, he'll get rocked, and he'll still come out on top. He will get rocked, and he'll fight off the ground game. He'll get back in the fight. Underrated leg kicks. I feel like he needs to utilize his leg kicks in this fight. I think he has really great leg kicks and does not use them enough. His striking to wrestling is amazing. He'll throw some really good combos right into a takedown, and it's just really crisp when he does it. The cons, I think he fights with his hands a little low. I think he gets aggressive and puts himself in really shaky situations, but he shakes back from him. Jake Hadley, 10-2, 2 wins by knockout, 5 submissions, 5 first-round finishes, 175 favorite. Newer to the UFC, wasn't a lot of film to watch. Really good grappling and BJJ on the ground, aggressive but poised striking, cardio in later rounds. I am concerned he hasn't seen a lot of experience of high-level fighters in the UFC. I am rocking Charles Johnson in this fight. Go to the next. Thank you. Next, we have Terrence McKinney and Esteban Ribovics. Did I say that right? Yep. Oh, camera messed up. Camera's kind of covering some of the names. Let's turn that down a little bit. Turn it up a little bit. All right. Terrence McKinney against Esteban Ribovics. Terrence McKinney, 15-6. Third fastest knockout in the UFC, by the way. I mean, this dude's hands are insane. 7 wins by knockout, 8 wins by submission, 14 first-round finishes in his professional career, 160 underdog. These guys, before I go into their pros and cons, honestly, mirror images of each other. I mean, they fight exactly the same, in my personal opinion. Terrence McKinney, as you see, both powerful but accurate striking. Terrence McKinney has solid takedown defense and underrated BJJ on the ground. Cons, I feel like his cardio falls off after round 1. A lot of his losses are coming after round 1 when he doesn't get that finish. Esteban Ribovics, 12-1, 6 wins by knockout, 5 wins by submission, 6 first-round finishes. Vegas odds, a 192 favorite. Pros, powerful and accurate striking. Stays poised when he's rocked, and he has some devastating body shots. I watched him crumble a dude last night with some body shots. You don't see a lot of good guys good in the pocket with body shots in the UFC to the point where they throw it in a combo and it just catches someone off guard and absolutely crumbles them to the ground. Cons, fights with a low guard. I mean, both these guys kind of, fight with a little less defense because they're looking for that knockout punch. They're baiting in. I mean, like I said, mirror images. This fight, again, would not parlay this one because anything can happen. Guys, there is a lot of knockout potential on this card. I am not going to lie. I'm picking Terrence McKinney. Massive Terrence McKinney fan. Been watching him since his first fight in the UFC. I'm rocking Terrence McKinney. On to the main card. We have Waldo Cortez Acosta against, and I'm going to say this wrong, and I'm sorry, Robles Despaigne. If I said that right, I need a sub and a like on the video. Waldo is 11-1 in his professional career. 5 wins by knockout, 1 win by submission, 3 first-round finishes, 140 underdog against the Cuban Nightmare. Is that really his nickname? Absolutely not. He's 5-0 in the UFC, not in the UFC. He's 5-0 in his professional career. He has 5 knockouts and 5 first-round finishes. Look, I'm going to tell y'all a fight that I think of when I watch both these guys fight and think of their matchup. I think of Ngannou and I think of Derek Lewis. I think how that fight went. And it's going to sound crazy in this, who I'm going with, but let's get to the pros and cons first. Pros. for Waldo. Good KO power. Y'all are about to see a lot of unforgiving power and good KO power and good striking on the next 5 fights because they're all insane. Cons, he's going to have the chin of a god to win this fight. Despagnier's pros, unforgiving power. Cons, fights wild. I feel like when he gets someone rocked, he's swinging wide, he's swinging erratic. That can get you upset. I think this fight goes how Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou went. I feel like this is a humbling fight for Despagnier. I think Waldo survives the punches. I think he outlands and outpaces him. I think he's gonna have the better cardio. I'm going Waldo on this fight. I'm going Waldo. First fight of the main card. Next we have Alex Caceres and Sean Woodson. Sean Woodson's the dude that be doing the splits after he knocks someone out, right? That's disrespectful, Sean. That's disrespectful. Alex is 21-14 in his pro career. 4 wins by knockout, 7 submissions, 0 first round finishes. That's unfortunate. Vegas odds, he's a 160 underdog. Pros, solid cardio. Can beat you with his hands and legs. He has really sneaky kicks. Sneaky on the ground too. You take him down. He's a vet. He's poised down there. Cons, sometimes fails to put fights away in the final rounds. He loses a lot of fights by decision, and I feel like he just slows down and doesn't put the finishing touch on the fights. Sean Woodson, 11-1-1, 3 KOs, 1 submission, 3 first round finishes. Vegas odds, 192 favorite. Pros, powerful, and crisp striking. Standing at 6'3", which is massive for his division. I think Alex is 5'10". 6'3" for this division is absolutely insane. Call him a weight bully. No, I think like his body type actually fits the division really well. That height, that's got to be a massive advantage. Cons, lacking ground game. Still working on that. Still pretty new to the UFC. Decision making can put him in bad situations. He knows he can go out there. He knows he can get the finish. A guy like Alex, I feel like you have to be on point. You got to be crisp with your shots because if you mess up, he can put you away with his hands or his legs. I honestly am probably going Sean Woodson on this one. I can see Alex upsetting, but for official purposes, we're going Sean Woodson. Diego Ferreira and, oh, here we go, Matetsu Rebecki. Y'all clip that. Diego, 18-5, 4 wins by knockout, 7 wins by submission, 4 first round finishes. I think our biggest underdog of the card, a 310 underdog. Pros, really good cardio. He has a lot of experience in the UFC. BJJ black belt. Durability is there. His cons, he's older. He's 39, and he has inconsistent striking. Really good on the ground. We see that a lot from guys that really focus on the ground. They get really inconsistent in the striking department. Rebecki, 19-1, 9 wins by knockout, 7 wins by submission, 1 first round finish. I think he's on like a 16 fight win streak. I forgot to put that on here, but he's a 395 favorite. And the win streaks get kind of weird. He's not on a 16 fight UFC win streak. So you don't know how good the organization is they're coming from. But pros, he has a win in the UFC. He has 3 fights in the UFC, by the way. He has a win in the UFC, 1 by KO, 1 by sub, 1 by decision. So he's seen a lot. He's seen the distance. He's seen the ground game. He's seen the knockout. Cons, not a lot of experience at the highest level. I'm rocking Rebecki on this one. Diego's 39. He's at the end. I mean, I'm not going against, okay, I can't say I'm not going against the 395 favorite. I took Lionheart last week and it paid off. Diego could absolutely come out here and do this. Rebecki is the safe bet. Next we have, and by the way, it's about to get real powerful these next 3 fights. And like you're about to see devastating knockout power on everybody because that's what these guys have. Devastating knockout power. We have Alonzo Menifield taking on Carlos Ulberg. Alonzo Menifield, 15-3-1, 10 wins by knockout, 3 wins by submission, 10 first round finishes, 170 underdog. Pros, devastating knockout power, really great confidence in his striking. Cons, his chin's in question. He's been dropped, he's been knocked out in the UFC. He has a really developing ground game, but neither of these guys are going to the ground. Couldn't really find any cons for Ulberg. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't find a lot of fights on him either. Carlos, 10-1, 6 wins by knockout, 2 wins by submission, 5 first round finishes. Vegas odds 205 favorite. Devastating knockout power. Very, very strong kickboxer. And I feel like that could be a mismatch for Menifield. He's confident in his striking. Confident in your striking against the kickboxer can get you knocked out. I am personally going Carlos Ulberg on this one. That's my personal opinion. I think Alonzo Menifield is a great fighter, and I think he can do it, but we're rocking Carlos on this one. Next, my favorite fight on the card, I'm not going to lie, Joaquin Buckley, 18-6, 13 wins by knockout, 0 wins by submission, 4 first-round finishes. Really sporadic fighter, by the way. 148 favorite, devastating knockout power. There we go again. Unorthodox striking style, one of my favorite knockouts in UFC history. He did the kick, the dude caught it, he hit him with a spinning heel kick, knocked him out. Chef's kiss, we love it. Cons, cardio might not be there, limited ground game, inconsistency on defense. The limited ground game scares me because, and dear God, y'all see this name, Nursultan Ruzabov. 34-8-2, 12 wins by knockout, 20 wins by submission, 25 first round finishes, 124 underdog. This is another one of those things. He's newer to the UFC. Whatever org he fought for, he might have been getting fed cans the whole time. So, pros, really good striking power, really good striking accuracy, durability. Cons, not a lot of high-level experience. I like how they're giving Buckley a ground guy. I think Buckley is a really smart fighter, and I think he's going to come out and win this fight. I'm going Joaquin Buckley on this one. This Ruzabov guy is going to be a guy to watch. If he gets really good strike, 12 wins by knockout, like I said, he was probably fed cans in his last org, you know what I mean? So we'll see. Last but not least, Derek Lewis and Rodrigo Nascimento. Derek Lewis, 18-6, 22 wins by knockout, 0 wins by submission, 9 first round finishes, 162 favorite. And they keep doing this to Derek Lewis. They keep giving him dudes that are really good at wrestling, and I don't know why y'all are doing this to us. Pros, devastating knockout power. He has an iron chin. He's patient. He has patient striking, and he's mentally strong. He's going to sit there and he's going to wait for you to open up, and he's going to hit you with some shots. Great head kicks for a heavyweight, and his balls are hot. Cons, I'm sorry. Cons, cardio, and this is a 5-round fight. Limited wrestling, always start slow. Rodrigo Nascimento, 11-1, 2 wins by knockout, 6 wins by submission, 6 first round finishes. Vegas odds 136 underdog. Pros, great submissions, great ground pressure. Cons, limited striking, limited UFC experience. I love Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis, please win this fight, but I know how Derek Lewis is against guys that are really good on the ground. I'm going Rodrigo. I don't know why the UFC would feed him another ground specialist. That absolutely makes me mad. We're to the point we want to see Derek Lewis go in there and knock people out. So that wraps up our predictions for UFC St. Louis. We're rocking, speaking of Lewis, not Derek Lewis, we're rocking Nascimento, we're rocking Joaquin Buckley, we're rocking Ulberg, we are rocking Rebecki, give me Sean Woodson, give me Waldo Cortez Acosta, give me Terrence McKinney, and give me Charles Johnson for our 2 prelims and our full main card breakdown. There we go. Let me know if you have, let me know if you have anything different, if you have any different outcomes down in the comments. Don't forget, drop a like, drop a sub. We have daily content every day, and we do 2 to 3 long form videos a week. Thank all of you, and I will see y'all next time.